What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome. Come on, step outside the box. You know the deal. Step outside the box. I'm your host, Mike Terry, here once again with the MVP, the CEO, the editor in chief. Give it up for Blacksmith 24/7 here in the studio with me.
Serious sir.
This one's gonna be a little quick, man. Shout out to General Falcon 897. I got him on the freaking PlayStation. He hit me up and said, "Hey man," it was around WrestleMania time. He said, "Hey, you gonna do an episode about WrestleMania? Maybe an episode review, WrestleMania review?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, we gonna put one together." Shout out for him for that idea, or just letting me know that it's wanted. You know what I mean? Hey, it's an idea. So, because I know a lot of people do other content, but hey, you ain't heard me talk about it yet. You know what I mean? So once again, little. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I ate a bad sandwich and my stomach is bubbling, so we're gonna make this a little quick. So, shout out, man. We're gonna talk about WrestleMania. I'm gonna do a little. We're gonna do a little WrestleMania review. I'm gonna talk about a couple predictions or things that I'd like to see happen, and we're gonna get right into it, man. First night, had some great matches. The first match of night one was Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley, right here. It was a great match, man. It's a good match. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I was just comparing it to the Charlotte match, but I like the Charlotte match a little bit better. But shout out to Becky Lynch. We all know by now Rhea Ripley won, and it's a little sad. Recently on Raw, she had to relinquish her Women's World Title, which is a little, yeah, it's disappointing because she was having she was starting to get her run. Like she was starting to have her run amp up. She held the belt for about a year now, and I think around Royal Rumble, I would say her title defenses started getting more interesting. As before, it was just we knew she had like a couple. It was like glorified squash matches and stuff like that. She was letting her opponents get some offense in, but it was starting to get more competitive, which was great. So, of course, we know Becky Lynch won, or excuse me, Rhea Ripley won. Hopefully she recovers. Hopefully she's not out for too long. But all right, we're going to the next match, which was a six-pack tag team match, tag team ladder match for the tag belts. I'm gonna say Waller and Theory versus Austin Waller, and I'm messing up the name. Justin Waller? Forget it. I forget the dude's first name, but his last name's Waller, and the other dude's name is Theory. I do watch the product, by the way. I do watch the product. I just forgot the dude's first name, but Waller and Theory won the SmackDown tag titles, and then Awesome Truth won the Raw tag titles. Which recently we seen that just seen it today, that we got new Raw tag titles. You know what I mean? It's called the World Tag Titles now, and I'm pretty sure that means we get new SmackDown tag titles, which is going to be pretty dope. I do like that they split the titles up. I think, what the Usos. I mean, there's a bunch of tag teams I can name: the New Day, the Usos, stuff like that. Street Profits, who have elevated the tag team division and the quality of tag team wrestling in WWE, or I'll just say previously, taking it up to a level where you gotta watch it. It's not bathroom break material. This is actual quality that you gotta watch. But I'll say like the Usos with their title reign when they had both the tag titles, since they unified it, had great title defenses, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they had a good run with the tag titles. I didn't watch every week during their reign, but Judgment Day has been doing good, man. They've been defending it. I enjoyed their matches and stuff like that. But we all know it had to end at some point. You know what I mean? So shout out to them for being good champions. But now, boom, titles are split. They're on different brands. We're getting new championships. We know that the not the brand split, but the draft. The WWE draft is coming up. in a few weeks, so that's exciting. Maybe I'll come on here and do a mock draft of my own. You know what I mean? Who I would like to see go to Raw, SmackDown, maybe NXT. I think might do that, man. But once again, Waller in Theory, SmackDown Tag Champs, Awesome Truth Raw Tag Champs. Moving on to the next one. Third match in the card was Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio versus Andrade Cien. He got a freaking last name that I fuck up all the time. Andrade Cien Almas and Rey Mysterio. It was a tag team match. This was nice. I love the entrance. You know what I mean? It's WrestleMania. So everybody gonna come out in they Sunday best, so to speak. And I enjoyed the entrance with Santos Escobar, and then when Dominic came out, it was a cool vibe. Everybody bowing and stuff like that. The Hills making their way to the ring, and then the baby faces come out. I will say this: for the first time in a while, I saw something brand new in this match. I saw something that I literally never seen before. We're gonna pull up a picture of it right here. I never seen this move before, where a dude crawls on another dude's shoulders and then they both do a crossbody outside the ring. I've never seen that before. That jump was surprising, man. But it was a great match. I definitely enjoyed it, man. We know Dominic Mysterio fought Rey Mysterio, which is that's a father and son. For those who don't know, they fought at WrestleMania 39. So for them to be entangled in another match, even tag match. The next year, it's pretty dope, man. It's kind of hoping, maybe Dominic Mysterio will get a win this time. But I feel like whether it's WrestleMania 41 or 42, I feel like when he faces Rey Mysterio again at WrestleMania, he's going to have to win. You know what I mean? It's going to be, all right, he's ready now. You know what I mean? I know Blacksmith, I'm sure he didn't watch WrestleMania, but any comments on anything so far that I'm talking about?
Now, I'm actually surprised Rey Mysterio actually still wrestling. He should be up there, isn't he? I mean, I remember him from back in the days.
He probably like in his 40s, I think.
So yeah,
a little more, but yeah, man.
When you said that name, I was like, wow. Then you said he wrestling his son, but I guess that's no different than when The Rock was wrestling with his father and they actually wrestled their own family. They wrestled who was I think some Rikishi kids or something like that.
Rikishi. He was under the name the Sultan and whatnot. WrestleMania 13. I still got to watch that match, but yeah, man, it's interesting you brought up Rikishi because in the very next match, his two sons, we're going to show the picture right here, Jimmy versus Jey Uso fought at WrestleMania. This was good, man. Not good. I'm doing it a disservice. It was great. It was a great match. Storytelling. That's a big word in this match. Big takeaway. The storytelling was immaculate, man. It was a point where, you know what I mean? Like Jimmy, he's the bad guy, and then Jey, he's the good guy. You know what I mean? There's a whole story that I could go through with them, but and it's kind of wild because I got a brother who people say we twins, but we not twins, so it kind of resonates with me on a certain level. But it's like if I think not unfortunately not everybody, but some of us have brothers that we're really close to. You know what I mean? Like really close to, like you'd kill or die for this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And these two are fighting. Could you imagine having to fight that person that's in your life, that brother that you have that relationship with? You know what I mean? Situations happening over time that get to the boiling point where y'all got to squabble over this. And there was a point during the end of that match where Jey had, they did like the super kick. They did a bunch of super kicks in this match, but it was done well. It was done well where it didn't take away from anything. But Jey had beat Jimmy down so bad to where Jey was gonna go for one more super kick, and Jey, and then in an effort to somewhat defend himself, usually people they block the super kick last minute. He could only just muster up putting his hand up like that, and then Jay just couldn't do it. He had to pull back on the super kick, and it was like, dang, it was a little bit of empathy you felt like, oh dang, he beat this dude down to a point where he couldn't even block. You know what I mean? And once again, it was a trick. He tried to roll him up after or hit him with a super kick and, you know what I mean, take advantage of the match. But in the end, Jay won. It was a dope match, man. It was a dope match, man. I definitely enjoyed it, man. All right, yeah. All right, let me not over here lingering, man. Another match. Just I'll say this because I believe Blacksmith, you can resonate. Could you imagine having you got family that you love, you know what I mean? But could you even imagine fathom having to fight them, having to have something get so bad to where you have to freaking fight a family member that you love that much?
I think I've been there once.
Okay.
With one of my older brothers. Yeah, it got a little ugly on a family vacation, but so I mean, did it come down to it? No, but yeah, it was that serious. But I mean, at the same time, to me, it still didn't matter. Yeah, we could have fought or whatever, but to me, like I always say, that's where it ends. Can't nobody else do it. We can fight each other all day, but can't nobody else do it.
Yeah, so. That's a beautiful thing, though, man. And then we got another match, man, where we gonna call them the Black Superheroes. We gonna show you the picture right here. Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill face Damage Control. You know what I mean? Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill are on the left. Damage Control are on the right, man, with which is Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai. I liked it. It was a quality match. Everybody on the left, they got their shine. You know what I mean? Damage Control didn't end up looking like chumps. You know what I mean? They got some offense in. But it was I call it like a showcase match. You know what I mean? Everybody got tagged in. They had 5 minutes where they was dominating, showing off some moves, and they didn't, I definitely feel like Jade Cargill is going to evolve in WWE. You know what I mean? We know that she was in AEW, and, she's doing a lot of squash matches, and then our matches eventually got longer and stuff like that. It's kind of treating her like a Goldberg character. However, I think, with the training level, the quality of training that WWE can give, I feel like she's going to take another leap. You know what I mean? It's just going to be better for her. So I'm definitely excited to see her development and growth. Eventually, I think we all want to see her face Bianca Belair, but that's, you know what I mean? Let's push that off until it needs to happen. Moving on to the next match. Sami Zayn versus Gunther, man. This was a dope one. I call this like a Rocky match. We were in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? That's where the match took place. That's where WrestleMania happened, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And if you watch this match, you got that feeling. You know what I mean? The commentators were talking about it, but you got that sense of the overpowered heel beating up the beloved babyface. Everybody wanted Sami Zayn to do something great. I didn't think he was going to win, to be honest. I literally, not that I completely doubted him, but I just imagined somebody else beating Gunther, for the title. But it was the perfect timing. It was the perfect place. And, you know what I mean? Sami Zayn got his ass whooped in this match. He definitely took a beating. And, you know what I mean? Gunther was taunting this dude's wife and all that, but he kept fighting. He fired up at the right time and just put all the cards on the table and gave it all he had. Ended up winning the championship, man. So I really want to see Sami Zayn have a healthy title run. You know what I mean? He's been Intercontinental Champion before. I think this is his 4th time, they said. So, I'm excited, man. This will be dope. And then we move on to the main event, the 7th match of night 1. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns and The Rock, man. Of course, this was match of the night. This was definitely match of the night, hands down. You know what I mean? We got to see Rock wrestle. We got to see The Rock wrestle again, man, and it was freaking dope. I feel like if you ain't watched wrestling in 20 years, you can still go to this match and have a good time. If you ain't watched wrestling since Rock was on the roster week in and week out, you can still watch this match and have a great time. The storytelling throughout the match, you know, they got good video packages and stuff that brings you up to speed on what's been happening leading up to the match. Everybody got to face everybody. You know what I mean? Seth Rollins got to face Roman. Roman got to face Cody. You know what I mean? And Cody got to face Rock. Seth versus Rock. Everybody got a chance to, you know what I mean, put hands on each other. So this was dope. And once again, on paper, it was a normal tag match. But The Rock is literally, you know, he's the boss. Literally. He's not single-handedly running WWE, but now after the merger, we know that, you know, there's WWE, and then there's UFC, and then there's the merged company called TKO, and Rock's on the board of that. So he literally, he has control, a certain level of control over WWE. So in that sense, he's their boss. So during the match, you saw The Rock tell the referee, as the referee's just counting, you know what I mean? Hey, they're all outside. So he's counting 1, 2, and then Rock said, hey, don't fucking count no more. If you count again, you're fired. You know me. I don't play around. And the dude was like, I'm just doing my job. He's like, I don't give a damn. Don't count. And then all hell broke loose. They started fighting all throughout the arena. It was awesome. Using chairs and shit. It was dope, man. It was, you know what I mean? It was Attitude Era meshes with the current era. It was freaking dope, man.
Now, I haven't seen The Rock haven't seen him wrestle since he had hair.
Okay. Yeah.
And he wasn't that damn big. So that's how long it's been since I seen him wrestle. So did he come in with his signature music?
He actually changed the music because, like, this is a new character. Because he's the boss, it's called the Final Boss. So he starts out with his new music that he began with. You'll still be able to recognize it. It's a little updated from like the 2001 to 2002 version of it.
I mean, do he still do all that when it come on? If you smell, is all that still, or he took all that? Oh, okay, all that's still in there.
Yeah, it's still that, and then
the smell what The Rock is cooking. That's
okay. You'll hear that, and then like probably like 30 seconds into it, you'll hear he did like an update where he fused it with the very last song that he had when he was actively on the roster back in 2003, where he did like a character called Hollywood Rock, where the beat was, you know, a little slower. So, you know,
have to look it up when
so it's a mesh. It's a mesh up. But once again, I got it. We gonna keep pushing. It was a great match. If you ain't seen WrestleMania 40, go ahead and watch WrestleMania 40, man. It was a great WrestleMania. Both nights. All right, we going to the second night now. Let's keep going. First match of night 2 was Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I like this match. It was quick to the point because Seth Rollins, he already wrestled the night before. You know what I mean? So ain't no point in them having a 45-minute match and acting like this dude ain't tired or beat up from the night before. So as you saw, as soon as the match started, Drew McIntyre hitting with the finisher. And then, you know what I mean, they kicked out. There was CM Punk. He was on commentary. CM Punk is somebody who has problems with both of these guys and who was originally, we all imagined and knew that he was originally going to be in Drew McIntyre's spot having the match. So it was a great match. You know, kind of reminded me of Bill Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 33. And then Damian Priest cashing in at the last minute after CM Punk attacked Drew McIntyre surprised me. I didn't see that coming. So that was a dope little twist to it. You know what I mean? Because Drew McIntyre, once again, He got to have his moment and stuff like that in front of the fans. And then just like that, it was taken away. But it was taken away by CM Punk, which is great. It continues their feud, And then, Damian Priest, I don't expect him to hold the world title for that long. I would say at a minimum, maybe 3 months. And in that 3 months, he's probably going to, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a long title run because, you know what I mean? At some point, we got to get back to Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. So, to the next match, the Final Testament versus, I guess we'll call them the Almighty Prophets right now in a Philadelphia street fight. You know what I mean? Bobby Lashley, I'm a fan of his. The Street Profits, love them. Akam and Razor, them dudes is beast. I like all these dudes, man. I like all their characters. I really hope the best for them. You know what I mean? I would love to see Bobby Lashley get another world title reign. I'm very optimistic for what Montez Ford could do as a single star. It was a good match. It was a good match. They had Bubba Ray acting as a special guest referee. It was dope. B-Fab and Scarlett, they got to get some punches and kicks in. You know what I mean? They got to get their shine. I enjoyed it. I really hope that, I think Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross, they should have at least one more match at a pay-per-view and then call it a few quits. But I definitely enjoyed it, man. I'm glad that they got on WrestleMania, that it wasn't just a SmackDown rivalry. So I was happy with that. All right, moving forward. Third match of night 2 was LA Knight versus AJ Styles. This was good. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie, it didn't blow my socks off, but we all know AJ Styles can put on a banger anytime, anywhere. We love LA Knight. I don't think there's many people that you're going to find who don't like him. The most they're going to say is, yeah, he sound like The Rock, walk like Austin or something like that. And, but, I enjoyed the match, man. LA Knight got his first victory. And, I got nothing bad to say about that match. You know what I mean? It happened. All right, moving forward. But so far, before we move forward, anything to add, Blacksmith? Just
nah. Like I said, I'm just getting to learn the new people, man. I'm just, because I haven't watched wrestling in a while. I mean, you said a few names that I'm familiar with, that I know about, but all the rest of them is like,
oh, yeah. I know worries. All right, next match was a triple threat with Randy Orton, Logan Paul, and Kevin Owens for the U.S. title right here. This was good. I like the dynamic, man, because you got Kevin Owens and Randy Orton who were cool. They're the two baby faces, and then you have the heel in the middle who is the champion. The annoying heel and stuff like that, and they both want to get at him. They both want to win the match. Eventually, they got to fight each other. It was cool, man. I got nothing bad to say. I thought Logan Paul was going to lose as a definite, but he's still the champion, which I'm kind of optimistic. I would like LA Knight to be the one to beat him for the title. I think long term that would be great. All right, moving forward.
Before you,
yep.
Now Randy Orton, I remember that name. I remember him from back in the day. Mm-hmm. Now the Logan Paul, that's not the.
Oh yeah, that's the guy in the middle.
Yeah. But I'm saying that's not the brother of the Jake Paul.
Yeah, that is.
That's his brother in the wrestling.
Yeah. He went from YouTuber to now he's.
So he's actually he wrestling.
Yeah, he started out. He
Get
was
the fuck out of here.
He was at WrestleMania 37 as like an appearance. It was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. They had a match, and Sami Zayn had Logan Paul as like a guest, at WrestleMania. And then
that's the same Logan Paul who fought Floyd Mayweather.
Yep, that's the same one.
Wow,
it's crazy, bro.
Hey, wow. See, yeah.
And the beautiful thing is he's bringing his fans into wrestling.
Yeah,
so it's a huge addition. And he's been grinding and stuff like that and actually putting in the work. So they actually put the title on him. You know what I mean? And he has a podcast, and they kind of allow their wrestlers to, to go on this podcast to talk about it. And
these motherfuckers actually getting some paper.
Yeah.
God damn. Because you got Jake who really trying to be a professional boxer. He actually pretty good with the hands.
Okay.
But I did not see that. I didn't see him. Wow.
Yeah, he fought Roman Reigns so far.
Wow.
He was in a tag match with the Mysterios. He had a couple matches before he won the title too. Actually beat Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title. That's how he got it. He been using the brass knucks, so it's not it's not like a bunch of pinfalls on actual wrestlers, but he's earning the respect. I'll say, you know what I mean, little by little.
Call me Shaw. Wow. Okay, I just had to ask. I'm like, Logan Paul. I'm like, is that the same dude? Because I'm looking at the picture like, damn, it looked like him, but wow. Okay.
Yeah, man, it's a great time to watch, people. For those who aren't, once again, we're gonna go to the next match. The women's title, the WWE women's title, Io Sky versus Bayley. You know what I mean? Most people, you remember, they were a part of Damage Control together. The two founding women, you know what I mean? Bayley, it was originally Bayley's group, and then Io Sky and Dakota Kai was the tag team champions, and Bayley was fighting for the women's title at the time, and eventually Io Sky won the Money in the Bank, and then she cashed it in at SummerSlam on Bianca Belair after that triple threat match. Then she won the women's title and has held that belt all the way to WrestleMania. I started I'm gonna just say it. I started falling in love with Io Sky as a wrestler, just her style, and you know what I mean.
That's the Asian looking one, right?
Yeah.
The one with the belt over here.
Yeah, that's Io Sky.
Okay, I'm about to say, 'cause this one, she kind of actually. She reminds me of China.
Yeah, it's another. Rhea
Ripley.
Yeah,
it was another one too. Yeah,
Like when Io Sky fought, I think Bianca Belair at Backlash and stuff, and I felt like for me, I was like, oh wow, she's really, really good. Like she had the fans on her side and stuff like that, and it's just one of those times where I actually took notice a little bit more. But she's been a good champion, been having great matches. She's been consistent. For somebody who doesn't speak English as the first language, and her promos aren't terrible. It's in her native language, and then she'll throw some keywords in English. I'm enjoying her, man. And then she took over the group from that point, and now she got Kairi Sane and Asuka in there. It's dope. I like to see the growth. Once again, I don't even know if I think I might have skipped a couple of the winners. I think I did say that. Logan Paul won kept the U.S. title, and Bayley in this match, she actually got the win. She won the women's title. So it was a lot of feel good stories happening at this WrestleMania, which was dope. Now we come to the main event, ladies and gentlemen. The main event, we all know what it is. Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, still. Well, not no longer, but the tribal chief, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. It happened, people. It happened. I was on this podcast saying Cody Rhodes ain't winning. Not because he's not a good wrestler, but because I personally wanted to see Roman hold the belt for 8 years, just so I could say I've seen it in my lifetime, and that he would be number one on the longest reigning title list. But once again, when Bruno Sammartino was holding the belt for 8 years, he wasn't wrestling every week. It was like I guess wrestling, the schedule was like a boxing match. You know what I mean? Maybe every 6 months or something like that. Be a huge build-up, you know what I mean? It was at Madison Square Garden. But this dude has been defending the title in very intriguing matches. You know what I mean? Every title defense he's had was worth watching, I'll say. You know what I mean? Like even that Sami Zayn, the time Sami Zayn won a number one contender match, and Brock Lesnar beat him up right on SmackDown, and then Roman Reigns came out and just hit him with the spear, and that was it. It was still funny, at least. For that reason, it was worth watching. But yeah, man, it freaking happened, people. You know what I mean? Cody Rhodes won. He got the job done, man. Let's take a quick a little moment to give Roman Reigns credit. People he's defeated for the Universal title, defending it. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Edge, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes last year, and many others. People, I gotta let you know, there are certain times where it's okay for a man to cry. All right? You know what I mean? The death of your parents, the birth of your child, your first heartbreak, and Cody Rhodes finishing the story. It was all right. I ain't gonna, fuck it, I'm gonna just say it. I shed a tear. I let one drop. Man. I was so excited and happy for him. I may not have wanted it to happen because I wanted it to happen, the way I had it in my head, like, okay, Madison Square Garden, full circle. But it was the perfect time. The way it happened, how it was running, The Rock and Roman Reigns won on night one. They beat Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, which made this match bloodline rules, which was no rules at all. Anything goes. So, Cody Rhodes hit Roman Reigns with the crossroads, his finishing move, and then he pulled him back up to do it again. Then Jimmy Uso interfered, knocked Cody Rhodes out, and then Jey Uso came in, and then Jimmy and Jay fought again off the stage area. Then the match continued, and then Cody Rhodes picked Roman Reigns up again to give him a crossroads, picked him back up, tried to give him another one. Then Solo Sikoa came out, hit him with the Samoan spike. In that moment, I was like, damn, this nigga about to lose the same year. He's about to lose the same way 2 years in a row. I was surprised. And he ended up kicking out. And then they hit him with the double, the Samoan spike and the spear. I thought it was over. And then he kicked out. I was like, yo, this nigga is not accepting the loss this year. I was like, he might win it, man. He might do it. And then John Cena came out. He took care of Solo Sikoa, put him through the table. And then The Rock came out. That shit was dope. And then The Rock and John Cena, they had a little face off. You know what I mean? Rock hit him with a rock bottom and start beating up. Rock started to get ready to beat up on Cody Rhodes. And then The Undertaker came out. I didn't see that coming. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, maybe this is the way that the bloodline screws him. And then, all right, we moving towards continuing the reign of Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? However, Undertaker came out, gave The Rock a choke slam. Match continues for like another 5 minutes. Cody Rhodes hits Roman Reigns with a crossroads, pick him back up, hit him with another one, picked him back up because he does 3. And then he kind of just, to a degree, he kind of took a moment just in case somebody else was going to ruin it. And nobody showed up. He hit him with another one, pin 1, 2, 3. Everybody crying. Everybody was happy, man. The ring announcer voice choked up. This is what you wait for. This is what you build all year to get to. You know what I mean? What do they call them? Storybook endings. You know what I mean? He finished the story. What is the story? His dad, Dusty Rhodes, won the WWF championship, or no, it was the WWF championship. It was on a technicality, so they ended up reversing it, but he held it for like 10 seconds, and then they took it from him. Cody Rhodes' story is that he wanted to win that same WWE championship and hand it back to his dad and say, you know what? Now they can't take it away from you. That's what he wanted to do. Unfortunately, his dad passed away in 2016. He said, so I can't give it to my dad, but I will be able to give it to my mom. And he got to do that right there in the middle of the ring. We all witnessed it. His mom was crying. Everybody, nigga, I was crying. Nigga, I was in there. We was all in there. It was okay. All right? It was okay. Nigga finished the story. It was a great moment, man. It was a great freaking moment. All right. Got to close it out, people. I would like to see Cody Rhodes have at least a 6-month title reign. We all know he doesn't need to hold it for a year. Not for the first time. You know what I mean? I would just say, have him hold it for 6 months and have great title defenses. Not once a month, you know what I mean? Have some that's on SmackDown, you know what I mean? Just great matches. You know what I mean? And I think that'll do the Roman Reigns title defense. That'll do his reign justice, because you don't want to have somebody hold the belt for 4 years and be on this level, and then the next person who holds it is down here. You know what I mean? You don't want to degrade it. So I would just love to see him hold it maybe 6 up to maybe 9 months, have a great reign, and then, you know what I mean, it goes to somebody else, and then he could chase it for a second time, and maybe he's a 5-time world champion in the next 4 years or something. But Jey Uso, I would love to see him win some singles gold, whether it's Intercontinental title or the U.S. title. Once again, the draft is coming up, so who knows what brand he might be on. He might end up going to NXT. I wouldn't want him to. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, he needs to win the NXT World title. That'd be great. Moving forward, Roman Reigns, we know he said he's going to come back at some point. Do I want to see him win the WWE Universal title again? I would say not necessarily in this year. Not for another 8 months at the least, because we just seen him hold it for 4 years. So I would say maybe if he wins it at Royal Rumble, but the storyline is that great to where it's okay, it make perfect sense for him to win it again. But, you don't want to overexhaust the fans with that. Jade Cargill, I really hope she has a great year wherever she's at, whether she's on SmackDown or Raw. I would just like to see her, whether she wins the title this year or not. I think that's inevitable, but I would just like to see her in great feuds, have some great matches. It would be cool for her to win the tag titles with Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. That'd be cool, but it's not absolutely necessary. Just hoping the best for her, man. I love the way she looked at Royal Rumble. She had a great moment, and then WrestleMania, she had a great moment. I'm pretty sure we'll see her have a Raw and SmackDown wrestling match debut. No, she already had that. All right, but I don't know. I'm just hoping the best for her, man. I feel like they've invested in her, and they've been patient with the reveal and handling her, and I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best for her, man. I think it's gonna be interesting to watch. And shout out to Sam Roberts, man. I ain't got no connection with him, but I watch his shows, and it encourages me to, to be proud to be talking about wrestling, because wrestling is cool again, and it's dope as fuck, man. And why niggas got to be ashamed? You know what I mean? I wasn't getting teased about it, but I know people that do. Nevertheless, appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys, everybody who's been here since day one. Shout out to Blacksmith for being here with me. Make sure you guys tune in to the Ride at 5, by the way, right here on C2C Indie Radio. All right, we're going to do the outro. Make sure, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Before we do, any closing comments, Blacksmith?
No, we good. I mean, like I said, I'm just getting to learn more about all the new people. That's in, because I haven't watched wrestling. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
So just learning about all the new people and everything that's going on. It might get me back into it. It might get me back into it.
Make sure y'all hit the like button, man, if y'all like this episode, so more and more people can see it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, C2C Indie Radio. Click that notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new video. Make sure, throw some comments if if you have a different opinion on these matches, or you like the predictions that I had for some of these wrestlers, or you just want to add your 2 cents or whatever, man. Throw it in the comments. And possibly, most importantly, make sure you share this video. I don't know if we did the 3. I know I laughed. Maybe somebody who could use some education. But make sure you share this video to people, man. Let's watch wrestling, people. Let's get back to watching wrestling, America. It's great again. It's great again. There's a new person at the helms. We get new championships. We get new storylines. It's fresh. It's fresh, and you know what I mean. It's dope. I love it, and I welcome people to it, man. I'm Mike Terry. Most importantly, another thing that's important, make sure you give yourself a round of applause, too. But you just stepped outside the box. Peace.